Cue the music and dim the lights because we're stepping inside the fabulous Flamingo Lounge for the 7th season of Local Music Magic. In the Flamingo Lounge with Rockabilly Greg is more than just a podcast. It's a collection of stories that delves deep into the vibrant musical history of Buffalo and Western New York, creating a living archive where each story adds a unique thread to the overall narrative. This season, we're bringing you intimate conversations with musicians and music industry professionals, both young and old. We'll be exploring and celebrating the shared creativity that defines the artists, venues, and music events that we love. But before we get started, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors, CatsLikeUs.com, Diamondhoff Golf Course and Pub, and new supporter Buffalo Ironworks for helping to keep the music alive. Jeff Garbaz has spent 2 decades directing video and photography in the entertainment industry, making a name for himself by directing live video screens worldwide. He has worked at iconic venues like Red Rocks Amphitheatre and the Masters Golf Tournament. Jeff's career highlights include working with over 100 Grammy Award winners such as B.B. King, Weezer, and Bonnie Raitt. He is also one of Carl Palmer's video directors. His journey began as a singer and songwriter for the band Last Lemming, but he eventually transitioned to photography with his work being featured in the Buffalo News over 100 times. Jeff also created the multi-band Happening series and hosts an annual Led Zeppelin tribute show. It is my pleasure to welcome to the Flamingo Lounge, Jeff Garbaz.
Hello.
Jeff, thanks for coming down to the lounge.
Thanks for having me.
That was just a snippet of what you've done. I mean,
yes.
You sent me much longer, but we have to leave some to talk about here, so we just can't give it all away at the top of the show. But as I mentioned before we started, I always ask everyone, did you have an aha moment when you said, music's what I want to do?
Definitely. I had a few aha moments. So I guess the aha moment was starting to write original music and going out to see bands and getting enough confidence to saying, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually we turned some poems into songs.
Mm-hmm.
And the second aha moment was I was in London. I was in the band. This I think, was 2000. And I happened to see big screens with a lot of content on it, psychedelic content.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rave type atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big aha moment because I sat with the person controlling it. And I knew I could do that. And I said, this is the coolest stuff I've seen.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I quit my day job and took the leap.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned before you got on, you're like, I'm a behind the scenes guy. It's like,
I definitely am.
So let's jump back before we get into that, though. So when you said we wrote those poems into songs, is that Last Lemming or was that a different band? Or?
No, it was Last Lemming.
Okay.
I did play in a couple like garage bands before that, but Last Lemming was the big project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you interviewed Eric Crittenden.
Yeah.
So...
and he said that. I didn't know that. It's because, of course, we know each other from you doing video for the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame galas when I was doing it. And I think you did a couple of the mob shows for when I was doing the mob shows too.
Yeah,
and
I enjoyed that.
Doing all that. And I know there was one of my favorite stories of the gala, and I think it was the last one I did, is when at the very last minute, I'm like, Jeff, I'm getting a video of Stevie Wonder, because Gary Imatep Bird was up on stage and we were still downloading the doggone thing.
I remember
they called
that,
me at 6:00 at night and said, dude, we gotta
You have no idea how many times and this is nothing against you guys.
Right.
A 2-week deadline to get a video.
Yeah.
Comes the day of.
Oh,
and sometimes it doesn't play because it's in a weird format. It'll come up like codec.
Mm-hmm. Can't
play this video.
Yeah.
And I used to get really nervous, and you kind of get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Especially when it happens all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that night was like, and I learned too after the fact, they're like, yeah, we've been talking to, Stevie's people for a couple of days. I'm like, you have? Well, when were you going to tell me, the producer of the show?
Yeah.
I could have,
That's exciting, though.
Yeah, it was very
Stevie's
exciting.
One of my
and, fortunately, we were in a school and they had hardwire because that wasn't coming over very fast over Dropbox, so or
that's
the wireless, and it's like, oh man, I was nervous. But and the thing was too, it's like if Gary was getting inducted at 9:00, we would have had plenty of time. I'm like, he's like our second guy getting inducted.
Yeah.
So you had to pick, one in the beginning of the show. But yeah,
It's a blur though. It all worked out, right?
Yeah. Oh, it all worked out.
Okay.
I still have the video. It was awesome.
Good.
It was one of those things where I like handed it to you. You popped it in. Poop! It came up, and
beautiful.
It looked like we had everything under control right from the beginning. The audience didn't know a thing, and
it happens so often. I barely remember that.
Oh my gosh! Well, being on the other side from, I was trying to get herding cats. I mean, man, that show's always, musicians. I mean, and then you're working with 10, 15 of them. It's like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Just get me your stuff, Trying to change, gear between, figuring out how to not have downtime while people are setting up their gear. And I'm sure you've been through all of that. So
many, many times.
Yeah. So now when you were performing, where did you like tour? Was it local or?
Well, we played probably every prominent stage in Buffalo. I remember going to the Tralf and thinking, boy, I would love to be on that stage singing. And what had happened was I was working at Broadway Joe's, and I was also booking bands there. Actually booked Derek Trucks there.
Oh, no kidding.
When I was 14 years old.
Wow.
$700.
Wow.
Yeah. My band opened up for him.
Wow.
But we played a place in New York City on 2nd and 13th because I hooked up with a guy in the Spin Doctors. And we played kind of like local circuits. I shouldn't say local circuits. It was the college circuit at the time. In the late 90s, like Ithaca and across New York State.
Right.
And we try to book it like that. We played Jamestown a whole bunch of times.
Yeah. Did you play Fredonia at all? Or?
We did, yeah. We played one of their
alma mater, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That they have that. We opened up for some, was it called Fred Fest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Fred Fest was always the best.
Yeah. In my very formidable years, right after high school, I remember playing in some of those garage bands at Fredonia parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. SUNY Fredonia had a cool scene. It
was great.
Yeah. I don't know.
Way different.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because like back, and I've mentioned many times on the podcast, I mean, when I started college, I was 18 and legally able to drink, so we were still all being able to go down the bars and all the bars down
Definitely,
there.
yeah.
Had live bands
days.
and the Caboose and BJ's and Old Main Inn and,
It was fun.
And they all had some, and it was all those homemade hand-drawn posters back then, which was, I want to get my hands on some of that stuff because that's so cool and just so nostalgic, and when you think about it, it was 40 years ago.
Right.
It's like, wow.
So I kind of flipped a switch. My brother worked for Kodak for many, many years. And he was playing around with the digital cameras. And these were like very early models, but I was able to get my hands on digital photography probably before most photographers did in Buffalo. And I remember coming into rehearsal one day and saying, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And it was like flipping a switch.
Right. Because Kodak invented the digital camera, didn't it?
Yeah. They definitely,
or
Nikon, they worked with Nikon.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I would love to do a documentary someday on the rise and fall of Kodak.
Right.
I find that fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother made it through all the layoffs, like the axes were going around him.
Right.
He just retired like 2 years ago, and he started in, I don't know, 79.
Oh, wow.
Which is
super
rare.
I didn't think it was even around anymore. Just a very small kind of.
At the end, I think he was doing, he had patents on the ink that you use in the kiosks.
Okay.
And drugstores. And
yeah.
whatnot. Yeah.
Because I know I was in the pre-press biz for a long time, and we used to buy. I think we were the largest buyer of Kodak film, like in Western New York or somewhere. Because we went through gobs and gobs and gobs of film.
Yeah.
And then everything went computer to plate, and then
right.
Now we just go right from the computer right to the press, and
Right.
there's no in between,
Yeah.
and no time, of course, which kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, right? But
So when I flipped that switch, I'm referring to from going from writing, producing, and playing live music on stage. I started photographing all the bigger bands, and a lot of them are my friends.
mm-hmm.
And a lot of those portraits ended up in the Buffalo News and Art Voice, and that business grew really quick.
Wow.
So I transitioned from photography into directing photography for the video screens you see
mm-hmm.
on the sides of the stage.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people to this day make the mistake of, are you doing lights
Right.
out in Colorado in a couple weeks? And I'm like, I'm not a lighting designer.
Right.
So I'm a video director.
Right.
But that's a common misconception, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get started as a real job? You just can't go somewhere and say, hey, I got a digital camera.
Well, we had the studio on Wadsworth, which is now Pausa.
Okay.
That was our studio. That was our recording. I wouldn't call it a recording studio.
Mm-hmm.
We had an 8-track in there, but it wasn't like a formal. That was our rehearsal studio, our playground.
Mm-hmm.
Best parties of all time. So I had a place to shoot.
Right.
And I turned my attic into a little photography studio. And from there, again, I went to producing video screens,
mm-hmm.
probably within like 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
I still do photography now.
Right.
Like Strictly Hip and bands like McCarthyism.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I shot them 20 times, but
right.
More than a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been kind of amateur.
I shot Jeremy Hoyle more than his mom did when he was a baby.
Oh, that's funny. I was going to say, I got my little point and shoot camera. So, I've been going to shows, just having some fun and taking some shots, but, nothing that I'd want to be under the gun and under the pressure of,
right.
Have it. So now when you started your photography, did you go digital right from day one? Did you ever
Yes.
do any film?
Yes.
So, yeah.
I was digital from day one.
Wow.
I did shoot. My brother made me a contraption that had a regular Nikon and a digital Nikon.
Okay.
And I would shoot with the digital Nikon to get all the f-stops.
Okay.
And I would swing that around and it would lock in. It was really cool.
Oh, wow.
And then I would go with the digital,
Mm-hmm.
Almost never old-fashioned film.
Wow. That had to give you a little bit of an edge, though, didn't it? Because you
really
could get
did.
stuff into for publishing and all that real quick.
Super fast.
Yeah.
I got the everything got back to them like the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I started getting good at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know 25 years ago, computers weren't nearly as fast as they are now. So,
yeah.
And I know those files can get big. So
the secret to photography is doing portraits, which I did a lot of live photography, which is way different than portraits, but is making people feel like they're in the most serene place,
right,
calm.
Yeah.
Your shoulders are up, just relax, take a deep breath, and then
yeah.
And after a while, you get good at that. Yeah.
Right. So then you transitioned into the video. So what was the first video gig that you did?
Well, the Lafayette Tap Room moved from the Lafayette Hotel to Pearl Street. You remember those days?
Yep.
When it was upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
One of the owners, Joey and John Dickerson, were friends of mine, and I started having shows there using huge video screens that I shot with projectors from all the way in the back of the room. Mm-hmm. And one of the first ones was called Trip the Lights Fantastic. And I think there was like 5 bands. Mm-hmm. It was Laszlo Holyfield's first gig.
Wow.
Yeah. And that became kind of my playground. And one of my first breaks was out in Ellicottville. Brian McFadden, the Chamber of Commerce president, whatever, he gave me a big break. And when I started off doing video screens, I didn't have the funds and the I kind of made it with what I had. And a lot of that was inventing, getting screens in a van.
Right.
So I used the back of a Marlboro billboard. It's thick vinyl.
Right. Yeah.
White on one side, Marlboro on the other.
Yeah.
And I used PVC pipe. And that was my first screens.
Wow.
So my first big gig was in Ellicottville with Three Dog Night.
Cool.
And once I had that name, and I also did the band America, things started happening for me, and I was able to book a show with Little Feat and Bob Weir and Telluride, Colorado. And after I did that, it really, once you start building your resume, it really started rolling.
Right. Yeah.
Like dominoes.
Yeah. So now when you say you were doing the video screens, were you like filming live and then just projecting the live show up on screen so people are way in the back? Or?
Yeah. Basically, it's taking all different kinds of content. A lot of psychedelic content is kind of the generic word for it.
Right.
And mixing that with live feeds of live cameras.
Okay.
The live camera's crew is almost always my family and my best friends. Eric Crittenden went on the road. He probably did 200,000 miles with me, back and forth. And my brother Gary's probably done 400 gigs with me.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But there's the silver lining to that is that I get to, what would be the word, enrich the lives of people that are really close to me by meeting the people they've been listening to on the radio for
I know.
their whole life.
That's got to be cool, though.
It really is.
Yeah. Now, have you ever done the rock opera Tommy? Did all the cool baked beans and all that kind of fun crap?
No, I haven't.
No? I did a show with a local show here at the Riv, and we did Tommy. And the kid who played the middle Tommy, I played Uncle Ernie, so I was like, ooh. But his dad did all that cool video and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Wild. It was pretty. My family was until both my mom and dad and my brother passed away. They were like shocked for 20 years.
Yeah, the content that I put up there many times is my stuff, but I would say maybe like half or maybe a third of the time I get content from the band, and as we aforementioned. Sometimes that content comes in late. Right. And and that's a whole thing. But sometimes the quality of their videos, I don't even want to play.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, and I won't mention the bands, but like, I'd say a third of the time it's what they want me to play. And 2/3 of the time is I trust you, go for it.
Right.
Yeah, so like if with the Grateful Dead, I worked with Phil and Friends, Phil Leash and Friends, and Bobby Weir, like a whole bunch of times. Bobby's like, play whatever you want. Phil's like, no hippy dippy shit, no close zooms. If I turn around, you get that camera off me. Yeah, so I get direction like that. Like Pat Benatar said, if I turn around and I'm rocking with the drummer, do not put that camera on my butt.
Right.
Yeah. So I get like feedback like that, and getting it directly from someone like her is you'll never forget it. You know?
No. And of course,
and she probably ran into that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It isn't so much somebody was being perverted or whatever. Right. Just someone behind the wheel fell asleep for 10 seconds and didn't switch over cameras when they should have.
Right.
But if she's turning around rocking with the drummer, the guitarist is probably doing somebody's probably doing a lead.
Right.
So, And part of that anticipation is a big part of my job. And being a musician and being on both sides of the stage is a huge asset to what I do.
Yeah.
Jazz is tough.
Right.
Jazz is a lot like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, jazz is like basketball. The ball's constantly moving, and you got to follow that, and you don't know when the next thing is. Yeah. Opposed to doing, say, a country band, it's pretty much formula.
Right.
You can anticipate within 5 seconds when that last chorus is done and when that lead's coming. Right. So, there's a contrast there. Yeah. And many times it's very easy to mix video, or like say you're a sound man for a half hour. It's very difficult to do it for like 4 bands to 12 bands a night. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. You gotta, cause like you said, you lock in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of like driving too long and the lines start hypnotizing you. Yeah. Yeah. When you're staring at the cameras on a small screen backstage. Right. Again, it's not that hard for a little while, but it is hard to do. Yeah.
Do you ever get a chance to like see them warming up so you can kind of get, this
constantly? Yeah. That's when I get to meet them.
Right. Kind of sometimes. Yeah. Right. Because they don't choreograph anything, right? I mean, it's pretty much they go up and rock.
It depends on who it is. But there's a lot of bands that do some choreography. But yeah. I worked with everybody from like Snoop Dogg to I can't remember the name of the Bay City Rollers guy.
Oh gosh, yeah, I can't remember.
Anyways, there is some choreography,
right? Yeah. Now, do you have like then charts and like stuff so that you know like when they're going to go up stage, when they're going to?
No, they usually just tell me, or they will write it down.
Okay.
So I'll get a set list, and then there'll be a song highlighted. Make sure you catch dancers on side stage.
Right. Okay.
That kind of thing.
Right. Drum solo here.
All different kinds of things during shows happen where I usually know beforehand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't, I'm very used to making things happen on the fly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
and believe me, weather is one of the biggest distractions. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
And my lighting designer has to be on point.
Right.
If we're not working together, he or she can make me look as good or bad as.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Being an actor, we were always told, find your light.
Exactly.
Find your light.
Yeah, I do have to tell you. I do have to mention that to managers and stuff. Most professional musicians already know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for I did see Dylan one time at Art Park. He was totally in the dark.
And he might have wanted that.
And I was going to say he wanted that.
Which is another thing that's very aggravating for me when an artist wants it dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blues and reds don't show up on the screen as well as like greens and yellows.
Right.
And a mix of all that is optimum.
Right.
Know. I worked with Bill Crosby, of all people, in Asheville, North Carolina, and the first show, whoever they had on the spotlight didn't know how to work it, and blew him out.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just very bright up on the screens, and he fired him on the spot.
Right.
He wasn't a very nice man at all. And he got back on stage for the second show with sunglasses on. And it was so dark that I went from way too bright of an image to like, I needed him brighter.
Right.
And the guy up there was like, I'm not going to do that. No way. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure what's kind of the biggest, like, issue that's happened on stage, because sometimes, like, speakers will go out, or lights will go out, or whatever.
For Bonnie Raitt, it snowed.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and that was Telluride in September.
Wow.
Telluride, Colorado.
Wow, September. Wow.
Yeah, I've had my screens blow down
Mm-hmm.
in the past. Uh, I've had so many things happen.
Right.
Here's something that you would never think happens. You secure your cables in front of the stage, which where all the cameras are.
Right.
And I remember in between bands, it rained during the morning, but there was these little tiny puddles when they lifted up the tarps in front of the stage, and they took a squeegee and they just went right out the stage, right into all my.
Oh,
it didn't hit the cameras. It hit all the cables on the bottom, and they all fried.
I was going to say, yeah. Wow.
And I had to go with one camera,
and
I got another tiny little one.
Mm-hmm.
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Kept me up for 2 weeks.
Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah.
And you learn from that though.
Yeah.
It's a stagehand that is not
right.
Go sweep up the stage. He does it the same way all the time.
Right.
And it's probably my fault, but you, when it's not raining, you're not anticipating things like that.
Exactly.
And, and you have all different kinds of things like that happen. Sometimes bands don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see all that drama backstage.
Right. Yeah.
One thing about the music business is that I've been pretty successful in avoiding drama. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I have very few enemies.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I never get involved.
Right. Try to make everyone look good, right? As long as
there's been times where I've photographed bands and they'll be like, we're not sure if the bass player is going to be with us. Oh. So make sure you put them on the end.
Okay.
So we can crop them out.
Right.
We kick them out.
Yeah.
And when you're shooting that, it's a little crazy. Yeah. And that's happened more than once and you get used to it. So, yeah. But I'm not the one to ever ask, oh, well, what's the matter? What are you guys doing about it? Like,
right.
I don't want to know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I found that's been,
yeah.
I got that advice from some very good people. And
right.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss, right?
Right.
So, yeah. Just go.
Don't take yourself seriously, but
right.
take the job seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
Now, like post-production. So do you do anything obviously you're doing it live for the show, but are you recording it for?
Yeah. Sometimes they have me record. And when I record, when you record a show, it's a lot different than doing a show for the screens. They call the screens IMAG. That's the industry thing. So when you do an IMAG, you're more serving the purpose of people in the cheap seats way back there where they could see the expressions on the faces. They could see the guitar chords and the picking like up close. When you're recording a show, in the old days, say, put it in the can.
Right, yeah.
The old film cans.
The actual can,
everything's digital now.
Yeah.
But when it goes in a can, it's not as forgiving if you do miss a shot or camera shakes or it falls over or all different kinds of things like that happen. But when you're doing filming it for that, you need like wide shots and you need it to be more of an experience like you'd see like on TV where you're filming the whole band and then you go where it's a little bit different.
Right.
So there's times where I do both at the same time and that's difficult. But I do to go in post-production and edit. And my daughter, Lou, is and my son, Adam, both help me with that constantly.
Right.
I don't enjoy it a lot. I don't enjoy editing. Maybe because I'm so used to the live performance aspect of it.
Right.
Yeah. Like when the show's done, poof.
Right.
It's done. Yeah. And I put a few video screens I've had to rest because they got old. And I know this is going to sound strange, but I always think of like what images have danced on those surfaces through the years. And, it's like you're burying something that's...
No, I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
It's like, look at all the artifacts.
It's like an old guitar that, you can't play it anymore, but you have memories and...
Right.
Yeah.
It's
a freaky kind of thing, but
that is kind of neat. It's like it's like wow, like I don't know if Michael Jackson was on that screen or
Yeah,
something
exactly.
like
Yeah.
that. It's like, wow, I can't get rid of that.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
I'd be like telling my kids, yeah, when I go, that's your problem,
Right.
because it's too close to me.
I've had a few hard drive crashes through the years that I've lost photographs of the screen and the stage, which I cherished, which I'm hoping to fix.
Right. Do you have a favorite venue that you like to go to?
Red Rocks.
Red Rocks. Yeah.
That's the jewel crown of my.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've done video in many famous places.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the Hollywood Bowl?
No, but I did Greek theater up in Berkeley.
Right.
Hollywood Bowl would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I've been there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it is amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because
I remember buying the Beatles live at Hollywood Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like 1976. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
the Beatles are my blueprint of
gotcha
how an artist should progress.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought of it because they're doing Jesus Christ Superstar. They're live right now at the Hollywood Bowl. And,
awesome.
more of a concert show than a full, full production. But still, I mean, and the cast is stellar. But I can't imagine doing something like that again.
Yeah.
Being able to, and it's something like that. Yeah, you got to know the show, right?
For sure.
So your camera's in the right spot, or
when I work with Carl Palmer, his show is the return of Emerson, Lake, and Palmer, and Greg Lake and Keith Emerson have passed away. So we take old video of them and incorporate it in the show. So Carl is playing along to the video.
Okay.
And the cues for all that are super specific. And that's one artist that we actually, before we go, I went on 2 tours with him, 3 tours. And there's 2 or 3 days of rehearsal we did in Philadelphia,
right?
Just to get it down right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I could imagine.
It's complicated.
Yeah, you can't just go in cold and do a show,
especially
like that.
With that progressive music. It's yeah. I've come to adore ELP, and when I first started with them, like I knew the hits,
right?
But now I'm doing deep dives into just amazing music. They're like, it's like an orchestra with 3 guys. Right.
Yeah. Now, do they, since it is like prog, are they like doing it different every night, or is
no?
Wow.
It's pretty much the same. I mean, it's not exactly the same,
right?
But there's not a real lot of improv.
Okay.
They toured with John Anderson too, and working with those guys was spectacular. It was amazing.
Right.
I had Yours Is No Disgrace from Yes in my brain as an earworm. I swear for like a month. And if I hear it again, any of the songs they did,
right?
I think progressive music does that to my brain. Rush.
Right.
Like it's sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done like Rush shows or any of those?
I wish.
You wish? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I've never done Rush. No.
Right. So now
I wouldn't even know what to do with myself.
Right. Now these bigger bands, do their managers just give you a call and say, "Hey, you free next week?"
Usually it's the promoter of the festival, and then they get me contact information with the managers. So yeah. And I've worked with so many different genres of music, so it's all different. Probably like 10 years ago, there was in the electronic dance music scene, there was Skrillex. You ever hear his name?
Yep.
Incredible experience. Working with his management was wonderful, and I ended up helping him develop his whole thing. Visual wise, and he was almost like Beatlemania. I had never seen kids go so crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked with him in Chicago and Toronto and a bunch of other places.
Yeah. My son's really into electronica music, and he's gone out to Red Rocks to see Pretty Lights
Yes,
some
I've
bands
worked
like-
with Pretty Lights
Have you
before.
worked with them? Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Most of the big names
Yeah.
in that genre. Yeah.
He's just raved about Red Rocks. I'm like, yeah, I've never gotten.
There's an energy there it's incredible. Yeah. And growing up, U2, Under a Blood Red Sky was the
Right.
record, and there was a video that
Mhm.
was from Red Rocks.
Wow.
And I don't know, it's part of me, man.
Yeah.
It's like part of me. So when you're there and you're actually working the show and everything's working out,
Right.
Red Rocks is a little bit different because there's union people there, so I had to direct union people, which is a little
Right.
different than normal. But
Yeah. The I was going to ask you now. So you're doing the shows and everything. Do you ever like feel like you've missed the show because you're so into what
Almost.
you're doing?
Most of the time,
Yeah.
not all of the time, but let's put it this way: when I refer to the distractions are either technical, lighting, or weather.
Mm-hmm.
When all three of those lock in, and my camera operators are doing a good job, what they should be doing, and they're in the right angles and that, then I can enjoy the show more.
Mm-hmm.
But all that has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's a blur. Yeah. I remember working with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I remember the whole show. But it's still a blur. I didn't have time to enjoy it, or I was just so worried about making it
Right.
perfect.
Yeah.
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 That, I wish I could get that back.
Yeah. Do you ever have like just a camera that you just go toink and it's like a full screen and just for like your own enjoyment or something like that, or just to
Sometimes,
kind of
but rarely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know
almost never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is everything pretty much outside that you're doing? Or you're doing anything indoors, or?
Oh no, I've done like the Carl Palmer tours, all indoors.
Oh, indoors. Okay.
Amazing theaters.
Yeah.
I've worked in Shays
Mm-hmm.
shitload of times.
Yes. You worked at Cardinal O'Hara High School.
I did. Yes. Yeah. It was an honor.
The Trough. Yeah.
I don't know. I worked the Joint, which is the hard rock big. I did probably 15 screens in there.
Mhm.
You know, I lit up that whole casino,
Right.
and it's a big place. Like a Roseland Theater in Manhattan.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a very famous place, all the way back to the big bands.
Mm-hmm. And that closed up, didn't it?
It sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
And when I worked there, I could see it crumbling.
Yeah.
Which made it more endearing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you go in that building and go, wow, what greats have played this room,
Right.
I would imagine that every place you go has got that, because most, a lot of great, I mean, I know.
Yeah, I feel negative energies too.
Oh, do you?
For sure. Yeah. And some places are just a little strange.
Yeah.
And it's usually universal when I say that. It's usually like everybody is like, is this place like give you the creeps, man?
Right.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So
I toured Europe and did a whole bunch of shows in places that are similar to like the size of Shays.
mm-hmm.
For the band The Machine, which is a Pink Floyd.
Right.
Yeah. And we did, I don't know how many countries, but I think like 6 or 7.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Amazing,
So have you done
amazing.
anything besides Europe? Like get over to Asia?
Caribbean.
Wow.
I'm crossing my fingers to be able to do Japan someday.
Yeah.
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 And Carl Palmer does go out there, but
Mhm.
I don't think there's anything booked now or anything. But and I'm only one of his video directors, so
Okay. Yeah. Done any rockabilly shows? That's my.
Ryan Satzer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was in Dana Point, which is just outside of LA. And he performed with BB King, and
Wow.
Derek Trucks was there that weekend, and oh my God, there's so many good bands there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's my all-time favorite.
I seen your thing here. Yeah, I thought of that. He dropped my jaw. Yeah. I knew he was good, and I seen videos. I never seen him live.
Mm-hmm.
And holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he was. I just saw him at Art Park last summer.
And he has the crowd in his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, in his palm of his hand.
Yeah. With just a basic guitar, too. You know, that's amazing. The thing that's cool. You know, I find it just incredible. But just to see guys like that who, like, you know, you see people and you're like, man, they're really good. And then you see people that are like off the charts good. It's like,
for sure.
You know, it's like, holy crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've used the analogy. I took my daughter to see the very first American Idol tour with Kelly Clarkson. She was a big Kelly Clarkson fan, so we went down to Cleveland that was her Christmas present. And as you could see the 12th contestant, the 11th and the 10th, and they got progressively better and better and better.
Yeah.
And then Kelly came out and just blew the doors off everybody.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, you know, they made the right decision for the winner, but you could really kind of, they were all good, not to disparage it. They were good, you know, but good compared to great is a big difference, right?
For sure.
Yeah. I can't imagine
when the band's really good, everybody's better.
Mm-hmm.
You get the rush off the crowd, which is like a drug. When you have when you have people that bought the ticket 3 months ago and have been counting the days down, they get there. And I'm backstage, you could feel the channel of energy coming. So when the band is on, it makes the lighting, the sound, what I do, it's just way easier to lock in. It's kind of like sports when everybody is on the same page.
Right.
You're killing it. You're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know
and the crowd's going nuts.
Right.
So it's similar to professional sports in that matter.
Yeah. Now, do you have a different perspective when you're videoing because you've been on stage and you've, as a performer, you felt that energy too, and you're like, yeah. Because I know when I've performed, sometimes it's like people are really with you, and then other times it's like, what is this, an audience or an oil painting? It's awful.
Yeah. So what's the question? Do
you as like a performer, can you like relate because you felt that energy being
definitely
on the other side?
Yes. I also how can I say this without sounding conceited or whatever? I pick apart songs. I hear them. I'm like, and think to myself, this could be a better song if you did this, this, and this.
Right. Yeah.
And I get that sense from sometimes the backup band. And one thing I have to deal with often that's a real pain in the ass is iPads. And used to be sheet music.
Okay.
But sheet music had a little bit of it wasn't as accepted as like an iPad. But if you can imagine a photographer or directing photography and having a square box in front of somebody's face,
right?
It becomes challenging, and it also kind of fucks up the lighting. There's like a glow, and yeah. So I hate iPads on stage.
Wow.
Yeah. To remember lyrics and notes, I just feel. I mean, it's different if you're playing a 4-hour show and you're an acoustic player,
right?
You know, out on the beach. Yeah, then I like it. But like when it's in such a professional setting, and they're paying thousands of dollars for the screens and stuff.
Right.
That's one thing that is aggravating.
I know even on
challenging.
I know even on the local level, people are, you know, either pro or con with iPads. You know,
I'm okay with it in a bar stool playing the corner bar atmosphere. But just my opinion, once you jump up even to a place like Sportsman's, I'm against it.
Right.
For the reasons of what I said. Like,
Yeah.
The reasons I'm against it isn't as much as like the average person out there.
Right.
It's not my integrity. It's making my job harder.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know it's, and I see myself, I mean, because my buddy and I play every now and again, so we're not playing it enough to memorize all the lyrics and words. You're doing a 3-hour show. It's like, yeah, we got to
It's a lot more forgiving now.
Yeah.
Than like dragging a big sheet music stand.
Yeah, we used to have that. Now we've got little, the littler, like carry these and it's, but at the same time though, when you're getting pictures of everybody, they're a lot like this a lot, heads are down looking at lyrics and
yeah, exactly.
So it's harder. I know that's
you're connecting with a box
and
there's a crowd
audience.
out there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And I felt that because we got invited to get up and do a couple tunes at Flying Bison a couple weeks ago, and we were just there to enjoy the show. So Grace Stumberg was up there, handed my buddy the guitar, and we did it, and it's like, wow, it was a different feeling. It's like, wow, it's like. And I looked at my buddy, I says, come on, we do like Simon and Garfunkel, Everly Brothers, that stuff. I said, we've been singing these songs for 20 years. We should know the lyrics by now, When I
was a singer, sometimes it took the first, just like when you're in a play, you get the first line.
Right.
And boom, you're done.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But we were, we felt the crowd, the crowd was into it. They were saying, play this one. So we're like, okay. And, yeah, it's wild,
Yeah.
But then then we try a couple of new tunes, and then it's like, well, yeah, gotta have the iPads or whatever, and because the worst thing is fumbling over words,
For real,
and I've often
it leaves the band to train wrecks too.
Exactly,
yeah.
Well, and I know I've used the analogy. It's like, well, the symphony, they all have the sheet music in front of them, but
totally.
But they're not leading the show, right? They're not the front person. They're not the entertainer.
No,
right?
It is true what you're saying, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's like,
do they really need that?
Yeah, yeah. You should.
It's so traditional now that it's not even questioned.
Right. Well,
it's also so traditional now. There's always been the argument, which is not as much now as cover bands versus original.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most orchestras and philharmonics, those are cover bands.
Yeah, they're cover bands. Yeah,
they're covering Mozart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
yeah,
they never get that shtick.
No, but I always say there's cover bands and there's tribute bands.
Of course.
Which is different to me.
Way different.
Tribute means I go out and I want to sound as close to.
Yes.
And
there's levels of the tribute bands where you want to sound like them, and then some of them want to look like them.
Right.
And you want to have their same stage show,
Mm-hmm.
and there's levels of,
Right. And then there's the folks that are covering. Well, I mean, being on the Hall of Fame, a couple of the guys used to, when we would talk about, who we're going to induct, and they're like, hey, Elvis, Frank Sinatra, they were cover artists. They didn't write their own stuff.
Sure.
So, but I said, that's true. But when Elvis sang a song, he made it his own.
And he was super original.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said, watch the Aloha from Hawaii concert, right? I mean, he sang something by the Beatles. He turned that into an Elvis song.
Yeah.
It's not, and he did.
I'm a big Elvis fan, but I do acknowledge the fact that he didn't write.
Right.
And between him and, McCartney, Lennon, Dylan, go on and on.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's so many of those folks back in those days. The singer-songwriter thing wasn't a thing, right?
Oh, it was Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wrote his stuff, but
right.
Felice and Boudreaux Bryan, right? They were writing
they were
everybody's
fine
music.
songs for them.
Yeah. And Lieber and Stoller.
In the country market, they still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and you can't just, not everyone's a songwriter.
It's
but
true.
If you're a great vocalist and an entertainer, right? And there's a difference too between going out and entertaining.
There's fine lines all over
and singing,
that conversation.
And then the thing, and then that, and I'll bring it back to you, and then that's your job to bring those fine lines and do as much as you can with it.
Definitely.
To raise the level of the show.
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny. Are you often finding yourself that, maybe doing something that maybe the band was like, I don't know about that choice, but then you're like, yeah, but it really worked well. If you found somebody.
It's happened a bunch of times, but when I say that, I've been around for like 20 years.
Sure.
So it's probably happened like 5 or 10 times.
Right.
Not that often.
Yeah.
No.
Because
I have butt heads with in certain aspects, but we're talking about like 10 seconds of video.
Right.
So
yeah.
what you're talking about, I think, is a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe
fine tuning is.
Yeah. Like maybe the lead singer's having an issue, so you pan over to the to a drummer or to
that happened. That happened.
Side vocalist. And
there was one show I did. I won't name the band. The lead singer was so under the influence of drugs or alcohol that the manager came over, and that's the lead singer, and said, I don't want you to put the camera on him anymore. It's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's singing, I'm shooting the drummer, and
yeah,
it made it worse, I think,
right?
Because it was more obvious I wasn't
right.
Like, why isn't he shooting on that? It's because he's fucked up,
Right?
Yeah. So
I was kind of thinking more
after the show, I mentioned that, and they were so over themselves that they're like, I know, thanks, we got through it, but yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of maybe an amp blows up or something. Somebody's got to come over, or someone breaks a guitar string or something, and the guitar guy's got to come over, and so you pan over to somebody else, and so you're kind
immediately,
of,
instinctively, immediately,
yeah. So, and that was always my buddy's thing too. He's like, I want a guitar guy. He says, I'd love to have a guitar guy. Bring out we saw Simon and Garfunkel at the arena. Was it like 2003 or something like that? And every time Paul would do a song, a guy would come out with a fresh tuned guitar and trade. He's like, I want that. He says, I want to have that. So
there's different artists that wouldn't like that. They want to work their guitar in a little.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
Paul,
I said,
Paul Simon's my top 5.
Oh yeah. Well, when I saw Setzer last year at Art Park, he never switched guitars. He used the same guitar for the whole show. Yeah. And I've seen him a dozen times, and he usually
different
has 2 or 3, for different songs. And
some people would say they don't want that.
Right. Yeah. He just, I think his guitar was singing that night, and didn't have to put it down, which
cool.
It it's like, hey, I'm all for it. But sometimes they'll have a song that you want to drop detuning or something, so they'll have a separate guitar that has that kind of stuff, and they're swapping that stuff out instead of, because the last thing too you want to see is someone up on stage constantly retuning right between songs. And
I hate that.
I mean, what do you do in those kind of situations when you're up there and someone's like, oh, okay, now we gotta
due to the fact I'm doing video, the audio isn't an issue for me.
Okay.
Ever.
Right. But like if someone's just sitting up there fumbling and retuning, and do you
instinctively pan off of whoever's getting their shit together?
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say instinctively, that's how many shows have you done? Probably 1,000?
Maybe 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. In a 20-year span.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Wow. So,
well, a lot of times I do a festival, so I roll in there and I do 20 bands in one festival. So,
have you done like any of the real big ones, like Bonnaroo and stuff like that, or?
No. I don't know if I would want to do Bonnaroo. But I've done probably the medium-sized ones, if you refer to that.
Right.
Somewhere in the 50,000. I did festivals in Louisiana that had 75,000 people, but probably not the iconic names.
Right. But that's crazy. I mean, you got an audience. Do you even know the audience is behind you, though, when you're focused on doing the show?
Almost never.
No?
Yeah. I could feel it.
Yeah.
Could hear them.
Right. But you're
every once in a while, I'll take a peek out there to see if it is empty or to see if they're crowding us.
Okay. Now,
Yeah,
you say that...
check security is...
Right. So are you backstage then doing your thing? You're not out in front?
99% of the time.
wow.
I'm either backstage or front of house, but usually I'm backstage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here the whole time I'm talking to you, I'm thinking you're like in front of the stage and you're kind of being able to see.
Usually I'm backstage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much looking at everything backwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
It's instinctive to me now too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see in mirror images and read it immediately. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. And now, and I'm assuming you're on headset and you're telling your camera guys, go here, go there, go stage left.
Yes.
Shoot up stage, shoot down stage, all that.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
A lot of times we don't use headsets, but many times we do.
Right. Yeah. And you're just traveling around and pack up the van and go. Is it?
That's basically it.
Yeah. Wow. You must go through a lot of vans, I would imagine. Put a lot of miles on them.
I found out that renting sometimes is better, especially if I could fit it in the budget with whoever's paying me.
Right.
And a big part of what I had to do is fit things on a plane. And that got harder and harder, more restrictive, and more expensive, as anybody that travels knows.
Right.
Like even a tiny bag, anything over 50 pounds.
Sure.
And it's usually like $150 or so. It's like crazy amounts, and it goes up all the time. But part of that, part of the puzzles to fit to what I do is to be able to fit everything and be able to hop on a plane or pack a van and still have 4 people in it. Airbnbs have become exclusive for us because if I have 3 or 4 people in the van, getting hotel rooms with 3 people is awkward, expensive, cramped. And the B&Bs nowadays, you always could find anything you want, basically, and it's cheaper. One of the huge problems I had through the years to this day is missing the one, like say in layman's terms, my battery charger for the cameras, my cord that goes into the laptop. Made sure all the logos were complete in my office, packed the laptop and the frickin' charger you plug in the wall.
Right.
Yeah. So there's been many times where I had to have people one day me things. And there's been many times where I'm paranoid and I'll pull over the side of the road. 500. And did I bring this? Did I bring this? So in that sense, it becomes very much of organizational, almost military. You got to know where your stuff is.
Yeah.
Just in case you do forget something, you're not looking in 5 places.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like a bartender, maybe. When you reach behind, all those bottles better be in the right place or you're going to lose money because you're searching.
Yeah, you're searching. Well, I can relate because, if you've known, I've been looking at my audio interface because I've screwed up a couple shows because the audio interface has had the in and out going at the same time and I never realized it. Yeah. And then at the end of the show, I get tick, 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 and I got to have you come back, and, there's nothing worse than that. Right. So
it's a big worry of mine.
Yeah. It's,
plus when you do it a couple times, you get paranoid. You're like,
I had
you feel like, did forgetful me do it again? And when you're thinking about, when you're packing, you can't have that attention span go off, and because I'm thinking about picking the guys up, I'm thinking about my family when I'm gone, petting my dog for the last time for a week,
right? And
when I'm packing, I don't want any distractions from anyone, so I try to do it like a night before,
right?
That way, you don't forget something, and people. In my world, I have so many electronic components that I could forget something and I can't run the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Jeff? I told you it goes quick. We're at the top of the hour.
All right, good.
Good score, right?
Yeah. Okay.
No, this is great.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think.
I hope I was interesting enough.
No, it's interesting. For me, it's really interesting. I get a lot of the musicians.
It's
down
a behind
here,
the scenes.
The
one.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different viewpoint, right?
Yeah.
And you're just as integral to the show as anybody else. Like I get a lot of the musicians pissed because I'm like, the most important guy in the band is the sound guy, and they're like, oh, and I'm like,
yeah.
I said they can get pissed at you and turn off your mic or whatever.
When the sound guy has feedback, or the sound person
Mm-hmm.
has feedback, everybody looks at them. If I lose a camera or something,
Mm-hmm.
so much more forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But after a sound man or sound person gets it down,
Mm-hmm.
they're almost like basically done. They're
Yeah.
tweaking
Sure.
here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never that way.
Right.
I'm constantly,
Mhm.
yeah. I don't have time to lean back even a little bit during
Right.
the show. So
Yeah. Well, Jeff, again, I can't thank you enough for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This has been a real pleasure, and for everyone who's tuned in, I hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we have. And as always, you can find the podcasts where you get your podcasts at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Audible, iHeart, thebuffalohive.com. And of course, you can always find the podcast at rockabillygreg.com, where it's all about the music. And I'll have some links. I know you sent me some stuff, and we'll get your full bio up there so that everybody can
cool.
see all the stuff. And for everyone who's tuned in, we thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. In the Flamingo Lounge is made possible in part by CatsLikeUs.com, your online store for authentic vintage clothing and accessories. Buffalo Ironworks, an intimate live music venue and bar located in the Cobblestone District in downtown Buffalo. And by Diamond Hawk Golf Course and Pub, Western New York's premier golf course, restaurant, and banquet facility. At the Hawk, the bar is hopping year-round with live music every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and some other nights, too. Tune in for a new episode every Saturday at 9 a.m. EST at rockabillygreg.com, where it's all about the music. Bark, Zoe, bark. Good girl.